So recently we've had all different kinds of CS2 updates. We've gotten some updates like the trade reversal update we got a couple of weeks ago that I know a lot of the community didn't like, myself included. We also got some recent, animation updates to a lot of the different knives and skins and stuff in CS2. And I know that broke a lot of stuff. It was buggy, it was glitchy. It wasn't necessarily the best release in the world, but I do think in the long run, hopefully that will be good to make the game cleaner, more sleek, more modern, more responsive, all of that good stuff. But alongside all of these new updates, they've done a lot of work behind the scenes with all the other stuff that's going to be coming soon, all the other stuff that hasn't been released yet, but that they're working on. And there's been a ton of people on Twitter, data miners, leakers, all that good stuff, who have been putting out a ton of information about what is going to be coming soon to CS2 in future big updates. And that's what we're going to be talking about in this video today. But of course, first, just want to mention real quick my cash trading business. If you guys are looking to sell any of your CS2 items, turn them into cold hard cash, crypto, PayPal, any other payment method, whatever, hit me up over on Twitter. It's going to be the first link in the description below. Also, my Discord is going to be linked in the description below as well, where you can message me on there. Feel free to. We like to buy anything and everything for the right price, but of course, we prioritize getting the big deals done. So if you have any expensive skins, gloves, knives, bulk cases, maybe you want to sell your entire inventory, whatever, hit me up and we can probably get a deal done. I help you cash out safely, effectively, and efficiently. And of course, by selling to me, you're helping support me, my channel, my content, which I would appreciate a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this video today. So, one of the things that we've already covered on this channel, we're going to talk about some stuff that we have not yet covered on this channel in this video, so don't worry about that. But one of the things we have already talked about a little bit is the new pets system that could potentially be coming to CS2. Again, there's a lot of different ways pets could be implemented. There's a lot of different things that pets could be or could not be or whatever. We don't really know. It's very, very confusing. We're not getting a lot of concrete information or anything like that just yet. And Gabe Follower, again, this is one of the people who is, data mining, leaking stuff, getting into the files, all that good stuff, telling us what is coming soon, what's coming next, what Valve is working on. He said, the more I look into the new pet item type for CS2, the more confused I get. It's the weirdest cosmetic I've seen in an online video game ever. Somebody said, care to explain a little bit more, and he said, I'm trying to put all the info in a video about it. It's necessary to show quite a lot of visuals to prove its existence, otherwise people will think I've completely lost my mind since it sounds insane as a concept. So again, he doesn't even necessarily know what Valve is cooking. Things are not clear. Now, it could possibly be the fact that Valve is working on multiple different iterations and they're even still trying to decide what exactly they like the best or what would be the best way to implement this, whatever. It's possible maybe pets are going to be multiple different things. It's possible that it's just not clear over text or just clear from the animations and the files and all that stuff. I don't know. But it does seem more and more like the pet item type is real in CS2, that the pet item type is coming in CS2. And again, is it going to be something that follows you around in game? Probably not. That wouldn't really make a lot of sense. Is it going to be something that, is there on your loading screen and there at halftime and there at the end of the match? Maybe. Is it going to be something where you can change the chickens on the map to whatever your pet is? I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Is it going to be something else entirely? I don't know. But what Jesus asked, he's asking the important questions is, can we gamble for them? And that's what a lot of people are asking. Is there going to be some kind of pet case? Is there going to be some kind of pet capsule? Is there going to be some kind of pet egg that we get to rip open? Because we all know CS players love, ripping open stuff and finding rare stuff and all that good stuff. So I think and honestly, like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if there is some sort of gambling element with these new item types, as Valve has made a lot of money and found a lot of success with systems like that, and that's kind of how microtransactions work in 2025. Some other stuff that is potentially coming soon, stuff that Valve is working on that I honestly think is pretty exciting, and this means a lot of different things, but CS2 developers, again, we've heard about this before. He actually links this tweet from August of 2023 talking about we might actually get a snow-themed Cobblestone remake. There are 2 new blended materials for trims and windows. Now, the most recent update is July of 2025, a couple years later, obviously still with no winter Cobblestone or anything like that yet. But CS2 developers are continuing their work on the Cobblestone remake in a snowy environment. This time, it's a dev material for snow sparkles and a check mark to enable a snow layer in the environment shader. Now, again, this is coming to some kind of wintry or snowy Cobblestone, which is very, very crazy. Obviously, Cobblestone, one of the most iconic maps in Counter-Strike history, also coming with some very, very iconic skins. And if we do get some kind of new Cobblestone, one, that would be super fun. I'm always a fan of, getting old maps back or getting map reworks or just getting new content in general. I want to have new maps in Premiere. I want to have new maps in competitive. I want to keep things fresh. I love when the map pool rotates, not just with the same maps over and over again, but with actually new maps, new content, and good maps, iconic maps, maps that make us feel nostalgia and make people get excited to come and play Counter-Strike. And I do think Cobblestone would bring people back, but also the big thing here is that everyone knows you cannot have a Cobblestone map without some kind of iconic skin collection, and obviously it seems like the new map collections, at least so far, have been coming into the armory. So if we do get some kind of Cobblestone remake at some point, Obviously, if it's a snowy map, it would make sense to release it in the winter. Maybe it could come out this winter. I don't know. That's just kind of speculation. That would be cool, though. It would come with some kind of Cobblestone 2025 or Cobblestone 2026 or whatever collection in the Armory. And if we do see a new collection in Armory 1, obviously people would want some kind of new Dragon Lore skin, whether it was the AK Dragon Lore or, whatever kind of different Dragon Lore. I think I have like a tech-savvy tweet in here somewhere. With the recent dev work on Cobblestone as reported by Gabe Fowler, where it's starting to look like Valve might be cooking up the perfect return for a classic map. Combined with the new animation they've been working on, we might just be looking at a brand new Cobblestone collection, Dragon Lore 2 anyone. Now, Dragon Lore 2 would be cool, or again, the M4 Dragon Lore, or the AK Dragon Lore, or, some kind of new weapon to the Dragon Lore skin, whatever. That would all be absolutely insane, and people would absolutely love that, and it would be very, very cool. And then again, also, if it comes into the Armory and kicks out one of the old Armory collections and gets kind of the Armory rotations going, I would be all down for it. So I would love this. If we get this winter, that would be absolutely insane. I am all for a new Cobblestone map getting put out with some kind of really, really cool new stuff. Now, Thor, also another, kind of data miner, leaker, all this good stuff. He says the things that Counter-Strike is working on right now include pets, cache and Cobble remake, Night Ancient, retakes, bidding and Armory, and the animation graph too. Again, a lot of this stuff is stuff we haven't talked about on this channel, but a lot of stuff is stuff that we have covered on this channel before as well. X Mercy says, obviously the main kind of tagline about CS2 during its release and the new subtick system and all of that was what you see is what you get. But obviously what you see has not really been what you got for most of CS2's lifespan so far. But if CS2 is already feeling way smoother with just the first-person animations upgrade to Animation Graph 2, imagine the full game. What you see might actually become what you get soon. So if Valve does continue to work on the animations and the movement in the game and all of that different stuff and actually makes it feel responsive and intuitive and subtick actually really fleshes out to what we were promised, what you see could actually be what you get for the first time in CS2 history, and that could end up being a really, really big, massive change. Also, as far as other maps go, again, new maps, new collections, all this new stuff coming soon. Obviously, Valve's always working on a bunch of different stuff behind the scenes. Latest CS2 update actually features a few assets for a future map called Ancient Night. Based on the previous findings, we knew it would feature rain, but there are also a few new materials with water ripples from raindrops and a moon texture. So again, a night map. Now, we did see Train come out with kind of that rainy, dark night theme, and honestly, I think the Train release has been really cool. I know a lot of people say Train sucks, they don't really like it as a map and has issues and blah, 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 whatever, but I'm just saying, just as far as the nighttime theme and the rain and stuff like that, that has been awesome for screenshots and looking at skins, and it makes your skins shine. It makes CS2 look absolutely stunning, absolutely beautiful, so I'm all down for, I don't want every single map to be a night map and a rainy map or whatever, but again, I'm all down for more of those, and just because it's called Ancient Night doesn't necessarily mean it needs to be the map Ancient at night. This could just be kind of a placeholder text, whatever. They could be working on some brand new map. Maybe they're going to remove Ancient and put in a nighttime version of Ancient. To me, that would be weird. To me, it makes more sense if that's just kind of like a placeholder name. I don't know, but they are working on some kind of new map, nighttime map. It's going to have rain. It's going to have the moon. It's going to have, light shining on your skins, and it's going to make everything look pretty. That's going to be cool. No idea how it's going to play gameplay-wise, if they're going to do some kind of rework of Ancient and release a new map or whatever. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. But again, there is some kind of new nighttime map being worked on in the background as well. New changes, an unreleased map called Ancient Night. It now features rain effects, probably something similar to Train, and again, some more kind of in-depth stuff as far as the files and everything like that. He says here, I have no idea why, but the CS2 developers added a material for a golden ball on Dust 2. Now again, I believe Dust 2 has like the goal and the soccer ball and stuff, and you can kick it and score and all that. There's going to be some kind of golden ball. I don't know why they did that. Does that make sense? Is it going to be for some kind of new game mode? Is it going to be some kind of Easter egg in game? Is it just for fun? Is it just stupid? They're just messing around. I have no idea, but for what it's worth, so there's some kind of golden ball being added on Dust 2. Maybe it'll mean something. I don't know. Maybe you guys want to start speculating, putting on your tinfoil hats, all that good stuff. We'll have to wait and see. Also, new debris model references in a smart prop file for an unreleased CS2 map called DE Cache S2. If I recall correctly, original remake by FM Pwn didn't use smart props, which is further confirmation that Valve is remaking it themselves. So again, we already kind of got confirmation that Valve purchased cache from FM Pwn, so it's now, like an official Valve map that they're going to be working on fixing up all that stuff. But a lot of people had said, oh, FM Pwn already finished the map. Now that Valve bought it, they can just release it. But a lot of other people said, hey, every time Valve purchases a map, they like to remake it and rework it and reconstruct it themselves. So we are kind of getting confirmation of that Valve is kind of building it from the ground up themselves. So that does mean that cache is going to take longer to release than just buying it from FM Pwn and slapping it into the game. Again, I don't know exactly how long it takes to build a map fully out and how long you have to do testing and bug fixing and all that stuff. I have no idea, but it does seem like, there is going to be some kind of delay, and that DE cache, the new version of it probably won't be the new or like the next new map release or anything like that. I don't know. Maybe it's coming in October again. And also, also with cash, we also have the anticipation and the idea of a new cash collection coming to the armory, knocking some stuff out, getting that armory money and rotations, everything going, which would be really, really exciting. I don't know, what to wait and see, but again, it does seem like Valve is kind of building cash into something of their own. Also, seems like retake game mode is coming back to CS2. I know there's a lot of different people that want to see more game modes, more ways to play, more, the fun ways that they used to enjoy. Some people, I'm sure, love retake and used to hop on to play with friends, whatever. I don't know. But in the files, we do see bonus card availability pattern for full buy round when playing bomb site retake. CS bonus card for full buy round when playing bomb site retake. CT enemy card for full buy round when playing bomb site retake. So it does seem like retake is going to be coming back to CS2. Again, could that be with some kind of new case, some kind of new collection, some kind of new content? Part of an operation. I don't know, what to wait and see. But obviously, as of late, we had the trade reversal update, which people didn't really like. We had that really buggy animation update that people didn't necessarily like, and the player base has been dropping off over the past couple months. So Valve is set to drop some kind of big new content update, whatever, to bring people back. Now, again, I'm not necessarily surprised that Valve hasn't done a ton of massive updates over the summer, where people don't usually play the game a ton anyway. Player base usually falls off a little bit. It wouldn't make a ton of sense to drop, put a bunch of time and effort into a big update right now. They wouldn't make as much money as possible. But coming this winter, coming this fall, when people are back in school, people start staying inside, people start vacationing less, people start gaming more, a big update is right around the corner for CS2. There's a lot of different ways Valve could go with the next big update, and hopefully they do something really cool to start making up for some of these trash updates we've had recently, and hopefully they start bringing some of the player base back as well. But I do think it's an exciting time to be a CS2 fan, and I hope we're getting some cool new stuff sooner rather than later. Pretty much every video today, guys. Hopefully I get to the next one. Until then, peace.